a different beat in my head that time. Anyway, what's happening, you guys? This is another motherfucking advice video, volume 10. I am shelling them out. Yes, I am. I'm sleepy. I just finished cooking, and I wanted to hurry up and get this video in before I went to deep condition my weave. Okay? So, first things first, I want to send a shout out to Eat Giggles 79 on YouTube. She's really, really funny. I watched a couple of her videos just today. I actually had never seen her videos before, and everybody was saying, Gig sent me, and I was like, who is Gigs? So another person on Twitter, and another person followed me that said they were a YouTube blogger, and I was looking, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to go check that person out when I get back to my computer because I was on my phone. So I finally put two and two together. It didn't take me long. And she had made a video showing love to a few other YouTubers, including my sweetheart, Mr. Still Standing. Y'all all know about Mr. Still Standing, don't you? If you don't, you need to go check out my boo. And you also need to go check out eGiggles79 page because she showed mad love. She has a whole bunch of videos, and she's really, really fun to watch. So I want you guys to go check her out. Go check out Mr. Still Standing. You know, spread around the love because, I mean, there's enough room for everybody on YouTube. Everybody brings something different to the table. Everybody's different in some kind of way. So I enjoy watching her. I enjoy watching Mr. Still Standing. Y'all know I love It's Rocks and Closet Freak, and I'm the realest whenever she starts making videos again. Shade, whatever. You know, Rocks, you know, it's Forest Rocks. Y'all know how I get down or whatever. My crew on YouTube, you feel me? Ashik1118, my boo thing over there, and her boyfriend Wayne Summers. You heard me? The fuck? What the? Is that the? Oh my god! Oh my god! Anyway. So your neighbor's dog is like scratching himself, and it makes this noise on the ground, thunk, 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 and it's on my ceiling, so I hear it. It's annoying, and he's doing it. Anyway, in the middle of my goddamn video. But let's move on. I just want to send a shout out and say I love all my fellow YouTubers, and I love how we support each other, and I want you guys who watch us to do the same. Also, I want to talk about something real quick before I get into the advice videos. It has really been pissing me off how many people were offended by my advice video where I was talking about the Nigerian man. And I'm tired of saying this like to people how I'm not even sorry, because I feel like people always want to jump to conclusions like you generalizing every African man that has ever came out of Africa like we not of the same ancestry or something like that. Like, give me a fucking break. These are jokes, people. And at the same damn time, if a motherfucker is perpetuating a stereotype by being a man that's a Nigerian, that is chauvinistic and an asshole and treats his wife like she is some type of inanimate objects, I'm sorry if I find that pattern a bit disturbing or something like that. And everybody that's speaking on it, if you're not like that, what the hell are you getting mad at me for? I never said every Nigerian man is like that. I never said that shit, man. I don't generalize like that. If y'all haven't been watching me enough, and some of y'all that commented have been watching me for a while because I remember your damn names and shit. And you know, I just feel like if you don't know by now that I'm not the type of person to feel, you know, like one person speaks for an entire group of people. If you don't know that by now, I don't have fucking patience to be apologizing to you. If you don't know that by now. All the things I discuss on this motherfucking channel, and y'all don't realize yet that I would never, ever, ever intentionally, like, generalize a group of people. Do I look like a fucking racist to you? Don't answer that stupid ass question. That was redundant. Not redundant, rhetorical, whatever. I've been drinking. Either way it go, it hurt my feelings when all the advice that I give out, especially with that letter, I was just joking around and being funny. Because we all know that's a stereotype that American women often hear. And I had just heard another story about an American woman being married to a Nigerian man and him having those same qualities. I'm so sorry if all, you know, if it's me, right? It's me. I'm the one that's wrong because these men do this shit to these women, and I'm saying, what the fuck, what is with Nigerian men? Not all of them. Of course not all of them. But these specific ones, what is wrong with these niggas? It's the same thing I say about dudes, you know, black men out here killing each other. Like, not every black man is out here killing each other. Obviously, because my black man ain't killing no damn body. Like, come on, y'all. Please, like, stop taking everything to heart like that. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, it just works on my nerves, okay? Especially when it's over and over and over again, and people are on my page having conversations about me like they not email, like I don't get the fucking email every 5 seconds. That's like somebody talking shit about you and you sitting right there in the room. What the fuck, man? Like, and I'm sorry if y'all feel like me, you know, oh my gosh, she's going off. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That's how I feel about that. Anyway, on to the first letter. Okay, I'm gonna start in the middle of this letter because it was a really long one. Okay, this girl, she has a boyfriend that she was with like early on in high school or whatever like that, and they broke up, and she dated like only, you know, a few guys, maybe 1 or 2 guys after him that were not so great, and a girl, I think. And so now she started to mess around again. She's in college. She started to mess around again with this dude that she dated from way back when, and everything was going great. And then he went back to school. I guess they must have, like, you know, reconnected over the summer. And he went back to school, which is not very far. It's only 3 hours away. And, you know, they talk about seeing each other regularly and all that, going back and forth. I know how that is because that's what me and Lyric did for a long time. Anyway, but obviously that's not what's happening. I'm about to start reading. My boyfriend is a go-getter, to say the least. He is a part of everything. I mean, he's in frat, head of the student activity committee. He promotes and helps plan all the school events. And he's part of a college tour road crew. So I try to be understanding, but we never talk. And when we do, it's not about us. It's about everything he has going on. But I still try to be understanding until he was visiting me one day and he was asleep after I made him dinner, fucked him good till he fell asleep, woke up, made him breakfast, fucked him again until he went to sleep, and then his phone starts going off. I seen it said a message from Jackie, a fucking bat emoticon, and the name of her school. What kind of lame shit is that? I ain't tripped. Then she texts me, and then again, then she texts, and then again, and then again. I had to open it. It says, I'm sorry I fell asleep then, but when you coming back up here. After that, I'm suspicious. So the girl, the text message just said, I'm sorry I fell asleep, and then another one said, so when you coming back up here. So this makes her suspicious, as any female would be at this point. I'm not mad at you for looking through the phone. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't suggest you do that if you know, don't really want to find out what the fuck is going on. But if you're ready for that real, go ahead and take a look-see. I'm just saying. But I don't promote being all in your man shit every day and checking him when he get in the shower every time. You know, I don't do all that shit. But, I mean, if you felt like something was going on and the fucking phone keep going off and you're like, who is this bitch? Then go ahead and take a look-see. Take a look-see. All right. Anyway, so, so I looked through his phone, and this nigga has no text history, no call history, or nothing. Red lights start flashing. He wakes up, and I'm quiet. Brittany, I promise I said nothing. He looks at his phone and gets spooked. He saw fingerprints on the phone. That's what it was. He know how he only touched his phone like this, and he saw fingerprints all right here. That's too fucking much. Niggas need to calm down. Anyway, he looked at his phone, get spooked. He asking, am I good? What's wrong? Nigga can't stay still. Now, if that isn't a guilty nigga, then he said it's nothing. So I let it go. 2 weeks later, he has to get surgery. I'm being a good girlfriend and making sure he's good. It just kept eating at me, so I snapped. We didn't talk for a week. When we finally talked, he said, I'm tripping. He is just busy. I'm crazy in that I'm thinking things because of my past. I apologize so we could stop arguing. But he's been acting funny ever since, like he could care less about our relationship. I mean, I've been so stressed about this new job that I was up for. And today they told me I got it. I was so excited, and I told him, and he asked me what job. It really took the air out of my balloon. I really do understand life gets busy. I mean, I work at a law office almost 50 hours a week. I still make time though. I love him. I feel a connection. I feel a connection with him I don't feel with anyone else. I need advice. What do you think? Am I overreacting, being selfish? Do you think it's other females? What about this being a sign for the future? Do you think once his career gets going, he's going to be a husband who puts his wife last? Okay. Okay, I can totally relate to the situation, but I also feel like even though he may have a lot of things going on, he should still be making the time for your relationship if that's what he wants. To me, he's making it pretty clear the things that he finds are more important in his life right now, and that's not a relationship. I also feel that maybe you should not be making it a priority in your life right now either, because you have so much going on. You don't need to be stressed out about a man when you're trying to get your head in the game for your, you say you work at a law office. Like, that's some strenuous work. That's a lot of paperwork. That's a lot of time. You're trying to get up there in your life. Like, you don't need that kind of distraction. If he's not going to be supportive to your life, if he's not going to be bringing something to the table positive besides having you worried about him and other bitches, like, in all honesty, the other bitches think it's irrelevant at this point, because he's not giving you what you need emotionally either. It's not like even if he was cheating on you, he's giving you something for you to hold on to. Like, to me, it sounds like the only thing that y'all really have going is the fact that y'all are sexually attracted to each other and y'all connecting that way, because he's not giving you anything emotional for you to connect with in that way. So I don't even think that I think it's a sexual connection that you're feeling. And I feel that you are young, and just like he may be doing him, you should start doing you. Now, if you don't want to completely stop fucking with him, that's fine, but you should really stop giving him all your attention. You should stop giving him all your time. You should stop sweating him. And if he wants to call you and talk, then that's cool. But if he don't, then don't fuck with him. I think you really need to draw a line in the sand about you guys' relationship. I would say just break it off and do you. I mean, I would say that, but that's easier said than done. But I do feel like you need to back up off of it a little bit, get space in between y'all so that it's a mutual thing going on. Not just him doing him and then you worrying about him. Don't be like that. You know what I mean? To me, it just sounds like you need to just let it go. And if it comes back around and he's ready for it and can really commit and give you some type of connection, some type of emotional support like you are trying to give to him, that you have been giving to him, if he can give that back to you, then great. If not, let the shit go. Anybody got time for that? That's my advice on that. Thank you for writing me. Okay, this next letter was kind of a long one, so I'll try to start from somewhere. And okay, the backstory is that she's 35 years old. She has 3 kids. Her first, her first love or whatever, her baby daddy, all by the same man, was on drugs and was, constantly being accused of molesting kids, 16-year-old girls. His niece, another random girl that, him and his friends supposedly gang raped, and they got time, but he got off because he had a good lawyer. And she, I guess constantly is taking a man back, but now that it's over because he went to jail, I guess, for raping the niece. Now she has recently dated a 25-year-old man who fucked her and left her, and told her friend that don't nobody want no 35-year-old woman with 3 kids. And she just wants to know, is it true that no man would want her? And I want to say, fuck no. She said she's not ugly either. So I think that you need to think outside of the box. I think that you need to stop choosing men who have dependency issues. A 25-year-old, you know damn well you need to be trying to get a real man. Somebody that's 45 years old. Somebody that's at least 10 years older than you, so they understand that a woman, they're going to think of you as being young to them because their ass is older than you. And they probably going to have kids too. And, that's cool. I feel like that's absolutely ridiculous for you to feel like a man wouldn't want you because you have 3 kids and you're 35 years old. Just because you're 35 don't mean that you old. That's not old. I mean, give me a break. As long as you still look good and you keep your body right and you take care of yourself, then of course a man will want you. I mean, the 25-year-old, he could feel how he want to feel. He's an asshole, but he damn sure was knocking on that door to get that cat, so he can go ahead with that bullshit, okay? Like, people are ignorant and just so fucking stupid and insensitive. He denied it, but you believe that he said it because he probably did say it, trying to fuck your friend. That's probably what he was trying to do. But I feel like you should at the end of life, like I always say, at the end of your life, you're not going to have that many friends either way. I think you need to start paying more attention to people's character, and not in a defensive way, but just pay attention to what they're doing with their lives. If they're not bringing anything positive, and I keep saying that because that's with everybody. Everybody tries to save people and tries to excuse people when they do fucked up things, but you shouldn't do that. You should pay attention to the things that you're uncomfortable with, and you should make that fact known. You should say that to people when you're uncomfortable with a situation. If you find that a man is being a dickhead to you, don't think that you deserve that. Men do what you let them do to you. And to me, you sound like a person that will let a man kind of walk over you. And I hope you don't take that the wrong way, but the fact that you stayed with a man that was arrested for molestation twice, you may have left him after the second time, but that first time should have been the last time. He was on crack. That's not no regular ass drug. That's that shit that ends all ends. Like, you don't know many motherfuckers getting off crack every day, okay? I'm just saying, I feel like you're being selfish with the situation because I feel like you're not thinking about your kids. You're not even really thinking about yourself. You're really just thinking about the fact that you want to have a man so you don't feel alone, so that you feel some type of self-worth. But I feel like you need to find your self-worth outside of a man. I think you need to be okay with just being alone, and then that man may come and compliment your life. But the fact that you're worried that a man may not want you tells me that you need more time to work on yourself. And maybe when you work on yourself a little bit more and gain your self-confidence and really heal from the things that have happened to you, you can, bring about a change in your life for the better. A man that's going to treat you right. You have to treat yourself right first. You have to love yourself better than anybody can love you, and then a man can come along and add to that. You have to get to a point where you don't feel like just because some man shows you interest that, oh, he's a prize. Fuck that. Reevaluate the situation. Treat your pussy like gold. I don't care if 3 kids came out of it. Treat yourself like gold. Treat your babies like gold, and know that you and your kids deserve a man that is really going to be there, going to be present, going to love you, going to love your children. You need to learn and feel good about yourself so that is never a question, okay? Never a question. Boo. My mama, how old is my mama now? 54 years old, 53, 54 years old. In December, I think she'll be 55. I can't remember, 54, 55. Anyway, she's in her mid-50s, okay? And my dad died, and she grieved, but baby, she had her another man, a year, almost 2 years later? Okay? Ain't no such thing. And she got 2 kids and 2 grown kids at that, and grandkids and crazy family members. And guess what? She still got a man that wants her and treats her great. That's because she knows what she deserves. She knows what she wants, and she knows that nobody is going to treat her like she is less than. Oh no, Miss Tanya don't play that. And neither should you, boo. Neither should you. You find what makes you happy and get yourself happy first, and then you worry about a man. You need to work on yourself a little bit more. Okay? I'm just saying. What you're telling me tells me that there's something still in you that you need to work on, that you need to pray about, that you need to find about yourself so that you don't have to ask questions like that. That's what I think. And I definitely think that you can get a man, and a good man, as soon as you realize what you deserve. And that is way, way better than you have been allowing yourself to have. Speak the life that you want into existence. People don't realize how if they change their attitude and change their mindset towards their life, how things will change for them. God, yes, brings about change, but he also brings about change for people who change themselves. You know what I mean? Don't look for deadbeat ass dudes no more. 25, come on, girl. Come on, girl. You know you don't need no 25-year-old man. What the fuck a 25-year-old man gonna do for you? He can't do shit for you. You need you a grown-ass man. No disrespect to all y'all 25-year-olds, but y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for no 35-year-old woman with 3 kids, and y'all ain't got the stamina or the backbone or the realization of life to deal with that type of pussy. So, girl, please don't ever, ever, ever downgrade your pussy because some stupid-ass nigga don't know what it's worth, okay? Don't downgrade it, boo. Upgrade it. And that's what I'm going to say. Love you. Thank you for writing me. I'll be praying for you. I really mean that, though. I don't know. I mean that. That bothers me. You know what I mean? But yeah. I gotta read the next one. Okay, you guys. I actually have a letter that's not so long that I can actually just read. My foot went to sleep, motherfucker. Ooh. Okay. What's up, Brittany? My name is Jordan. I'm 21 years old. Me and my boyfriend been together for almost a year. Next month, making a year. For almost a year, next month making a year. When we first met, we decided we wanted to be in a relationship and we would cut contact with all hoes we was fucking with at the time. Off GP, I cut contact with everybody I was messing with. But it took him a few months to cut off everybody. At that point, I started to not trust him because we both decided to cut contact with other people. But he said he didn't want to do that because he didn't know I was going to fall for him that fast, which was about a month. Nowadays, we argue a lot because I let things get to me easily. I'm real emotional, such as him not bringing the 360 or him not being on time for date night. Also, I have a hard time talking and expressing myself to him at times. He says, how can we continue something we both want for a lifetime if I can't do one key thing, communicate? But my thing is, I'm still holding him accountable for the things he was doing when we first met. And now I don't really trust him nor communicate when it's regarding our relationship. I just sit there and let him talk about it. And he says he changed for me. And if he didn't meet me, then he would still be on the streets being a criminal. Now it's my turn. He says I need to start trusting him again, work on my attitude and learn how to express my emotions to him instead of staying silent. Can you give me some advice on how to handle the situation and make it better? Girl, I need you to fix my life. God damn it, Iyanla! Y'all actually, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I've known about Iyanla since I was about 14 years old. My mom gave me a book by Iyanla that was geared towards young girls, and it was one of the best books I've ever read, and I cried the first few pages that I read. So it was just really it really was a good experience. My mama was always really good at exposing me to books and information like that, you know, about, you know, self-empowerment and making your life better. So if y'all want to thank anybody for the advice that y'all get half the time, it is from my mom. But anyway, Jordan Boo, okay, yeah, you need to let it go. He didn't cheat on you. He just took longer to stop talking to people. And if you weren't prepared to let that situation go, you should have never continued your relationship with him. Okay? Now, he has changed how he acts. He's changed his actions. He's decided to be committed to you. He's decided to show you that he is there for you. He talks to you. That's very important in a relationship, and you really need to chill out. You really need to check yourself before you lose him. And then if you lose him from him being tired of you being bitter and not trusting him, then you're going to be pissed off at yourself. So this is what I say. When you start to feel yourself getting angry and wanting to go silent and just shut up and just be, you know, whatever, remember, it's not worth it. Remember, it's not worth losing him for. And you have to let go of the anger. I know it feels like you're giving something up by letting it go. But as soon as you let it go and stop being angry, because that's what it really is. You may be hurt, but I think you're holding it on to it because you were angry that you made that step before he did. And that he kind of felt like you fell in love faster than he did. You feel uncomfortable with that. But you also need to realize that he loved you enough to change. So that happened at the beginning of y'all relationship is no longer relevant. It's no longer relevant. Why are you still mad about the same shit? If he's not cheating on you now, you need not be upset anymore. You really need to let it go. And the best thing I can say is that you really need to just start checking yourself. Whenever you get mad, just take it back a second and look at the situation from his point of view. And remember that he has feelings too. He has feelings too, and you being quiet and silent hurts him. Every time y'all talk and you shut down, that is probably hurting him and making him feel like, what the fuck am I changing my life for if when I do it, this is the response I get? If you don't want to lose this man, you're going to need to get it together, Jordan. You're going to need to stop being mad. You're going to need to work on your trust issues, and you're definitely going to have to check your attitude with him, because you forget, you think that you just being mad and you going off, or you getting silent, whatever it is you do to handle the situation. You forget that another person is sitting on the other side of that, having emotions too, looking at you hurt, feeling hurt from the things that you saying too. You need to remember that, so that you will sympathize with him. If you love him, then you won't want him to hurt, especially when you see what he's gone through to be the right person for you. So you need now, he's absolutely right, you need now try to be the good person for him. And if you find that you really, really, really can't stop being mad about the shit, then you need to let him go. You need to let him go so he can find somebody to be with, so that you can let go of the anger. You don't need to be angry every day. You need to really either get over it or let him go. And that's what I say. It's your choice. But I say let this shit go and be with the man. Because you know you ain't going to find too many dudes that stop being criminals for you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. On to the next letter. Y'all remember that shit? No. Okay. This last one, this one that I'm about to read right now, I'm not reading it. I'm going to just tell y'all about it because it was really, really long. But basically, this girl had a friend named P. He was her best friend. But their relationship didn't work out because she needed, time. She needed to be a kid. She needed to be young. She needed to, mess around with other guys. After they broke up and just decided to be best friends, she met this guy named Jay. Her and Jay dated on and off for a while. She got pregnant by Jay one night. She said they had used protection every other time, but that one time they didn't. She got pregnant. He told her to have an abortion. He continuously told her to have an abortion. Right around she was almost 3 months pregnant, she was going back and forth with the idea in her head. She didn't know what she wanted to do, but he was pressuring her to have an abortion. Her best friend P kind of wanted her to have an abortion, and her father heard her having a conversation with Jay, crying on the phone with him one night. And so he went up there and wiped her tears and told her that he would help her. He brought her to the doctor for her to get the abortion. He made the appointment and paid for it and everything. That's what her father did for her, okay? And, at first she was having second thoughts, so she tried to call her dad. He was in a meeting. She tried to call P. He was at work. She tried to call Jay. He didn't answer the phone. Now, mind you, that this dude, Jay, she wanted the Plan B pill after they had sex. He took 5 days to bring it to her. Okay, this is one thing. And he keeps stressing the fact that he has never wanted children. He doesn't want children. He does not want children. He keeps saying this shit, right? Okay, so finally, she has the abortion, and, she feels horrible about it, really. And she gets back cool with P. They start to be friends again. And then she gets back with the dude Jay. I don't know why I think at this point she got back with the dude Jay. And come to find out, he already had a son. He had a son by a chick, and a chick told her on Facebook that she was a side woman. They had been living together. They planned the pregnancy. And when she came to Jay and told him about the things that the girl had said, he was like, nah, she dropped the baby off when he was 3 months because she couldn't deal with being a mother anymore. And now she was putting him on child support, and that's all she cared about. Well, finally, our emailer decided that she couldn't take that shit no more, so she finally stopped fucking with him completely and started fucking back with P. And now they've been in a relationship for 3 months now, I think she said. And all of a sudden, this dude Jay has come back into the picture and is knocking on her door and emailing her and all of this type of shit. And even though she loves, Jay, she still thinks she loves. Even though she loves P, she thinks she still loves Jay, and she just wants to know what to do because, she doesn't blame him all. She knows that it's in part her fault. She had to, she chose to have unprotected sex. She chose to stay with him, so she feels partly responsible for the things that have happened. So for some reason, she still has love for this man, and she's asking my opinion on whether she should, I guess, explore that or stay with P. Personally, I think that And she also wanted me to stress that unprotected sex is no game, as I always do. I always tell y'all condoms, 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 condoms. And she also said that abortions are not all, giggles and fucking laughs and shit. It's hard. It's scary. It's fucked up. I mean, even though I feel like women should have a choice and I feel like some women shouldn't have children, I also don't feel like that should be your first recourse. And I personally don't feel like I could ever really do that, but I don't feel like I should let how I feel interfere with the fact that some bitches shouldn't be mothers. In my lifetime, that's one thing I've learned. Some people should not be mothers. And some people that can't have children should be mothers. And that's why I believe in adoption. But what I'm saying is, for real though, girl, please don't bother with this dude, Jay. Please don't bother with him. He a low-down, dirty-ass dog. Do you mean to tell me you was with this man and he forced you to get an abortion and made you feel like it was your fault, and then had the audacity to already have another fucking child shacked up somewhere and never told you, and you was in a relationship with him and got pregnant by him, and then the bitch gonna tell you you was the side chick? Oh, my God. You need to remember what he did. He treated you like shit. And then after you had the abortion, he still came back and fucked you like it wasn't nothing. Like it wasn't nothing. Like the life that y'all created wasn't nothing. And every night, you have to go to sleep with that on your heart. And I'm not trying to make you feel guilty, because I don't want you to feel guilty. I want you to eventually heal and get over that. So maybe one day you can have a child and rebuild that want that you had. You know what I mean? I want you to one day be able to have that with P, not Jay. Don't worry about Jay with his tired ass. He's just snooping his ass around because you moved on, and he's probably fucked up his life. He's not happy, and he wants to rain on your parade. No, fuck him. You need to be with the man that loves you, and you need to be with the man that has always been there for you. This dude has never been there for you. He's always come around when he wants to come around. And I say this to all women. If a man is treating you like shit, please remember, he's treating you like shit. Okay? I totally understand what it's like to be in love with somebody and go back after they treat you like shit. But you know what? At some point, you become too grown for that shit. At some point, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I deserve better than that. I can get better than that. And you can get the fuck up out my face, okay? You have better than that. So you've already, crossed the largest part of the threshold, which was finding a man. You've always had a man there. To me, it seems like this dude P seems like he's supposed to be that one. I just think you really need to decide on whether that's what you want or not, so that you don't play with his emotions and break his heart again. Because don't forget, you've done it before. So you need to make sure, yeah, she cheated on she cheated on P back in the day, and that's why they had broke up the first time, but they still continue to be friends because he still loved her and she still loved him. But I could greatly see how much this man must still love you. So I really want you to get your life and snap back into reality. The only reason you want him is because it was a relationship that you felt like you came out of at the bottom. It felt like he got the best of you. That's the only reason you want him. You need to pray on it and you need to get over it. You really do. Because as soon as you get over it, then you'll start appreciating your man all the more. Realize what this dude never gave you and what your man gives you now. Please remember how you felt. Remember the pain that you felt. Remember that. People always want to, they went through something and they hurt, and yeah, you're supposed to get over it. But remember why you were in that situation in the first place. Remember that hurt so that you will never again allow yourself to be put in that situation. Okay? I want you to learn from the situation, people. Please stick with peace. Stick with that man. Stick with the one who is there for you and has always been there for you. And that's my advice, boo. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. This one is from a 19-year-old girl named Ashton. She said, first off, let me say I love your videos. I think you're gorgeous and extremely funny. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. Y'all be killing me. Oh, Lord. I'm all right. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this short. 2 months ago, I broke up with my ex, Julian. Him and I weren't official for really long, but him and I were talking for 9 months. He was one of the nicest and sweetest boys I've ever met. The relationship between him and I for 9 months was great, but by the 8th month of us talking, I started to feel like we should make it official. Him and I hung out one weekend and we got really close to having sex, but we didn't because I'm a virgin. Long story short, in the heat of the moment, Julian made us official. The next day, everything was going fine, but he seemed like something was wrong. I just ignored it because he kept saying he was just tired. So later that night, my friend and I were talking, and she told me that we should check his Twitter. Mind you, him and I don't follow each other on Twitter, nor did he want us to, which was okay with me. Anyway, my friend finds his Twitter, and the first thing I see when she sends me the link is, last night I stayed up all night with this broad. She thought I was finna wife her, no mug. I first was shocked because I couldn't believe that he would say that. And secondly, how could he say something so hurtful about me? As soon as he got off of work, I called him and asked about it. He said he said it, but he didn't mean it. He just felt like I was rushing him into us being official too fast. By the end of the phone call, he said, we'll take a break. And being a prideful Leo I am, I agreed. But inside, I just wanted to cry. Him and I spoke 2 days later, and he said he wants time apart to figure things out, and he wants to make sure I'm doing me. I yet again told him of course I would and let it go. It's almost 2 months and he hasn't left my mind. He was the closest thing I've ever had to falling in love, and it's hard to let that go. I'm on the dean's list, and after Julie and I broke up, it was really hard for me to focus on school. I didn't even want to go to school. I cried way too many tears, and still it hurts. I've never been hung on a guy before, and I don't know how to handle it. I've talked to a few guys here and there, and all it does is distract me from thinking about Julian for a little while. Should I continue to try to move on, or should I just have the mentality that if it's real, that it will come back again? Sorry if it was a little long. Thank you for reading my question. Love you. I love you too, boo. And I've been through a situation like that where I was actually in a relationship with a person, and we were in a relationship for almost 2 years, and we broke up on their terms, and I didn't want it to be over, and it took me a year or so, like a year and a half, to actually really get over it. And I was well into another relationship when I finally was like, I have to stop feeling like this about it, like just always a little gnawing. Even though I had moved on and I was happy, something clicked in me and told me that I had to let it go and love the person that I was with. I had to put my love and my energy in that way into that person. And that's what I did, and that made the difference for me, and it really changed how I saw the shit. It was like, yeah, I loved you, and I always have a soft spot for you, and I always may feel some kind of way about the things that we went through, but at the end of the day, it's over, and I can't spend my life worrying about the past and worrying about somebody who isn't worrying about me. Okay? And trust me, him saying the things that he said on Twitter is nothing compared to what this person said to me. You know what I mean? And we had a much deeper, longer relationship for the things that she said to me. So I understand on more than one, like, you don't even understand how upset I was when I couldn't get over that person. And I want to tell you that you need to make sure that you don't let that fuck with your school, because at the end of the day, that's a relationship that one day you will hardly ever think about, and you are always gonna need that fucking diploma on your wall. But anyway, you're going to always need your diploma. So you need to most definitely make sure that you don't let this interfere with school. I know it's hard, but you need to push yourself. This is the time where you really need to push yourself to do what's important for you and to really let it go. And you're in college, so go out and have fun. You know what I mean? You're 19 years old. You're young. Eventually, you're going to get over it, sweetheart. I promise you, eventually, you will get over it. And you will not give two shits about this dude who obviously didn't care about you. He was just trying to fuck. Even though he was doing it for so long, he probably had other chicks that he was talking to. And he was just trying to fuck you. And when he realized that it was going to take more than he was willing to give to fuck you, he probably decided that he couldn't take it no more. And he moved on. And that's his loss, and he's the idiot. And eventually, he may realize that, but eventually, he may not. And you don't want that type of man anyway. He a little boy. Even though he was playing nice and all of that, being nice to you, that wasn't what his true feelings was, and that's not who he truly was. He tricked you. He pulled one over on you. And I don't want you to feel bad about that, because it happens to the best of us. You know, it happens. People get their feelings involved, and he was trying to be an asshole. You just need to make sure next time that you look at the person's Twitter page before you get all involved. No, I was just saying, man, come on now. Like, that's your cookie. That's very special. And you need to make sure that you and that person have been in an exclusive relationship for a little more than a month or a week or a day before you give them your vagina. Okay? You need to be in a committed, me and you only relationship for a while before you let them into your cookie, before you let them into your box, okay? And that is my advice on that, but you'll get over it. It'll be okay, I promise. This shit don't last forever, I promise. Alright, I don't know where I got that from, but I just felt like doing that when I came back. Anyway, this is going to be my last letter, and I will come back with another MF'N Advice video tomorrow, because I got more emails today, and I just don't want to put them all in one video. I want to come back, you know, with a new face and new clothes for, you know, every couple of letters, you know. And I need to go ahead and get on, you know, my deep condition. Yeah, my hair right Sunday. I want my hair. Anyway, so here we go. Hey, Brittany. Dear Brittany, I'm sorry. I have a friend named Sarah. Sarah used to mess around with this guy named Michael. So one day he wasn't answering her calls or texts, so she asked me to talk to him for her. Well, I did, and me and Michael ended up becoming close. There was times where he wanted to hang out, but I never went without consulting Sarah first. She said she was over him and it didn't matter, so me and Michael started hanging out. All of a sudden, she's sitting up here crying over the situation. I wasn't there, but I guess one of my best friends, Betty, was, so I guess they had a heart-to-heart, and long story short, Betty told Sarah that she should be mad at me. So I talked to Sarah, and me and her are cool now, but Betty doesn't talk to me, and I text her, but she didn't reply. So what should I do? You need to say, fuck Betty. Fuck Betty. What you worrying about Betty for? I'm just saying, that was shiesty as all kinds of hell for her to tell, you know, that she should be mad at you. In all honesty, that's a line that is very thin. But I feel like if your girl is going to be cool with it and get over it, then whatever. Like, it's nobody else's business. Because, I mean, I just feel like relationships are so... everything is a time thing, you know what I mean? Just because somebody is in your life right now doesn't mean they're going to be in your life 10 years from now. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like people should invest so much into relationships when they're really young, if that makes sense without sounding crass. Because, of course, I invest in my relationship with my man. I have relationships with certain friends, but I feel like people that be willing to put you through bullshit like that, you just don't need to worry about. You need to not stress about those types of people, because they're going to be assholes no matter what. Now, I honestly feel like maybe you shouldn't have fucked with dude, because girls always say they cool with it and they don't care, and then they really do. So maybe you need to reevaluate whether this dude is worth your friendship, because even though she's saying you guys might be cool, she may not really feel that way. And that may sooner or later cause friction. Like, she may try to fuck one of your ex-boyfriends or try to fuck him again. So what I'm saying is, that's a situation that I wouldn't trust neither one. I wouldn't trust Betty, and I wouldn't trust Sarah, because Sarah could still be mad, and Betty, fuck Betty. Move on from Betty. You don't need to keep texting her. That was down bad what she did. And to me, she's not a real friend of neither one of y'all, because I would never tell my friend, you need to be mad at this bitch because of this. If I felt any kind of way, I'd be like, it depends on how you feel about it. You don't want him no more, so you need not worry about it. Even though you feel some type of way, you need to let it go, because you don't want to be with him. But also, if you feel like she was in some kind of way being a bad friend to you, then you need to not be friends with her anymore. But that's dependent on the person, because everybody doesn't feel like that. You know what I mean? I don't know how I would feel if one of my friends was fucking with my exes. I would probably feel some kind of way about it, and I wouldn't be comfortable with it, so I probably wouldn't hang with the bitch no more. It wouldn't be no hard feelings, but I would definitely start, putting a wedge between us because I would feel uncomfortable. That's just me. That's not everybody. Some people could pick up and not give a fuck. So I really feel like you need to talk a little bit more with Sarah if you really value y'all friendship, because she may say y'all are okay, but she may really not be okay with the situation. And Betty need to go bye-bye. I'm not here for it. So you guys, leave your advice below. We leave what you think, but also please be respectful. And y'all, please stop being so mean to me when I make jokes in these damn videos, man. Everything can't be serious all the goddamn time, okay? And another thing is that I really try my hardest. I pray before these videos to give people the right advice, to say the right things to people, because I feel like even though this is a very small scale, I feel like what I say matters. So I need to watch what I say. So I really do try not to say the wrong things, but sometimes people are going to take what I say how they going to take it. But like I said at the beginning of the video, y'all, please stop taking everything to heart and stop taking everything serious. Y'all, if y'all don't know by now, then y'all need to really know. Y'all need to really know. I don't look at any one group of people and feel like all of them are the same weight. That's not my style. That's not how I get down. That ain't my motherfucking stilo. So I suggest y'all give me a break and, chill the fuck out. Y'all need to chill out. That's my advice. So yeah. That was my motherfucking advice. That was my motherfucking advice. Yes, bitch. Peace, you guys. Good night. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all.